Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Next, heavy hearts tonight from Thomas Jefferson Academy after the loss of one of their own.
That he's really gone, that he's gone forever and we can't ever get him back.
We hear more from those who knew Carter Gay best.
But first up tonight, we've got some showers still moving through the area right now.
And the question is, when is it moving out, Riley? It's been like this much of the day.
Out all day long for us. Cold temps as well. The good news in just about 10 minutes.
Thank you, Riley. Heartache tonight in Louisville. Friends, family, school staff members at Thomas Jefferson Academy are mourning the death of this student athlete, Carter Gay. He was a high school junior there.
The school says he was on the football and the shotgun teams. Prayers and tributes have been pouring in, not only to his family, but the school as well. Nick Thielen shares his story.
School closed today at the Thomas Jefferson Academy, but those still showed up to pay their respects to Carter Gay, a junior football player whose smile will never be forgotten. The finishing touches, remembering the life of Carter Gay.
That he's really gone, that he's gone forever and we can't ever get him back.
Carter passed last night.
I broke down, immediately. There's no thought about it, just tears.
Carter was known for his smile, his positivity, and upbeat personality.
Him being happy in general and just bringing God and everything, making everything, upbeat.
Yeah, you never catch Carter in a bad mood ever.
The school says that his love for the Lord exemplified his daily walk as he was a living example of Christ's love. Carter was a true gentleman who was kind and respectful to all and embraced life to the fullest.
That he loved God and carried God with him everywhere he went. I mean, he lit up any room he walked into, His personality, definitely, for sure.
Yeah, personality.
And those are remembering him with more than just flowers.
Yeah, we got a football from Walmart and put 53 on it and put our names, and I added a box of shotgun shells as well. Somebody else added one as well.
A sharpshooter, beloved on and off the field, that will be forever missed. They also say that the school is small and everyone knows everyone. So moving forward, they're going to be without their number 53, Carter Gay. In Louisville, Nick Thielen on your side.
And it says a lot about that circle of friends who will show up on a rainy Friday to talk about their friend and share him with the rest of us.
Yeah, there's something special about those small schools like that. They really probably grew up with him from the time they were 3 or 4 years old. So our thoughts are with that community.
Also tonight, new in the last hour, Caleb White, the man accused of murder in connection to the death of DeMond Parrish, now in the Richmond County Jail, the Webster Detention Center. He was extradited today from Aiken County, where he was arrested after a standoff in North Augusta with public safety and members of the U.S. Marshals Task Force. Tomorrow is the funeral for DeMond Parrish, the Augusta hairstylist killed last month. Finney and Son Funeral Home says the service is tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. It's at the Truth Church of Augusta on Windsor Spring Road.
South Carolina Highway Patrol is looking into a deadly crash in Aiken involving an ambulance. The Aiken County coroner says one person died and 5 others were sent to the hospital. Happened around 10:20 this morning on Hitchcock Parkway and Northwood Drive. And this is some video from that scene. Investigators say 33-year-old Isaiah Johnson was driving east when the coroner says he crossed the center line and hit an Aiken County EMS ambulance heading the opposite direction. 2 EMS workers and a patient were inside that ambulance at the time of the crash. Highway Patrol says a 3rd vehicle was involved and 2 people from that vehicle were hurt too.
Earlier today, we learned the name of the man who died yesterday after a train hit him in Columbia County. The sheriff's office says 66-year-old Dwayne Carter was crossing those tracks on a bike when the train hit him. Cindy Hood was back at that scene today to bring us the latest.
Cars drive through this intersection of Washington and Baston Road every day. And it's not uncommon to hear a train coming down the tracks at some point in the day. But 24 hours ago, no cars, no trains, no one moved here. The only movement came from first responders here. Our cameras were rolling as they worked to get this bike from underneath this train, the same train that killed the man riding the bike. Our cameras rolled until the tracks opened back up. Now it looks back to normal, but the businesses here are feeling anything but normal. Several people told us they used to see this man on his bike in the area. No one wanted to talk on camera, but people here are having a hard time processing what happened.
Cindy Hood reporting for us there. The sheriff's office telling us they have no reason to believe this was anything more than a tragic accident. People who knew and loved the 22-year-old Augusta University nursing student said their final goodbyes today. Funeral services for Lakin Riley took place at the Woodstock City Church. The nursing student was killed last week while she was out for a run on the campus in Athens. There was no media present for today's funeral service.
A Harlem high school teacher is apologizing to parents and students after what she calls unprofessional conduct in the classroom last Thursday. That teacher is now on leave. Jennifer Scroobies sent out this apology Thursday to students and parents. She expresses her behavior was unacceptable and it's her responsibility to create a safe learning environment for students. It comes after a letter was sent to parents Monday about a social media post containing a recording of a staff member using inappropriate language during class. Scroobies goes on to say she failed to take advantage of proper resources to address behavior issues, but that she promises it will never happen again.
The nation's newest nuclear reactor, Unit 4 at Plant Vogtle, is now connected and synced up with the power grid. Georgia Power says the unit is generating electricity. Once the startup testing is complete, Vogtle Unit 4 will enter full commercial operation. Well, our new hit show is featuring airmen in the 8th Air Force during World War II, and you can find their history right here in Georgia. We'll take you there in tonight's One Tank Trips.
And unfortunately, it hasn't been the greatest weather for Friday. The good news is it does improve heading into the weekend. We'll have that full forecast next.
Time.
A new show on Apple TV Plus called Masters of the Air follows airmen in the 8th Air Force during World War II.
You can learn all about that history at an Air Force museum near Savannah. Will Volk went there for this week's One Tank Trip.
It's hard to miss.
I was driving by on I-95 and of course saw the plane, the B-47 out by Interstate 95 that everybody sees when they go by.
Heather Thies remembers seeing the plane outside first, but there's so much more to this museum dedicated to the 8th Air Force.
The 8th role was to fly heavy bombers like you see behind me, and they are going to be stationed in England to be as close as possible to their target, which is Nazi-occupied Europe.
In World War II, this unit used planes like these to bomb Nazi industrial targets.
They really helped shorten the war tremendously by doing these bombing missions to these factories and these oil refineries and these airfields.
U.S. Army Air Forces activated the 8th in Savannah back in 1942. When former airmen wanted to open a museum back in the 90s, they thought this would be a great location. Besides restored planes, they also have a memorial garden, chapel, and exhibits explaining the history of the war.
They really wanted to honor their memory, their legacy, and to tell their story.
At this museum, the 8th's contributions won't be forgotten. In Pooler, Will Volk, on your side.
And if you're interested in going to the museum, adults are $13. Kids in active and retired military cost a little less.
I've seen the plane. Now I want to see the museum.
Yeah,
Gotta
check it out. Go check it out.
Thanks a lot, Will. Okay, it's time for your watch and win word of the day, and today's word is side. I'm thinking that's the end of On Your Side right there.
Just side.
Insert that keyword on the News 1226 app for a chance to win a $70 gas card, and then you'll be entered to win something bigger, a grand prize, a 70-inch television. Once again, today's keyword is side, just our way of celebrating 70 years on the air with you. Well, it's been a legendary 20 years for the Cross Creek girls basketball coach. Dan shines a light on her amazing career next in sports.
And one homelessness outreach ministry is struggling to keep their doors open. How you can help coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Hey guys, it's Anna Christina, and I want to take a moment to reintroduce you to a company that's helping you save a whole lot of money and extend the life of your roof by up to 15 years, and that's Roof Savers. And I'm here with Russell Beckham, the owner of Roof Savers. Thank you so much for sitting down with us. Now, you've introduced what roof rejuvenation is, the process, but how does somebody know if they're ready for that versus just replacing their roof?
If your roof is at least 8 years old or older, then you will qualify for roof rejuvenation. At that 8 to 10 year mark, your shingles start to become dry and brittle and shed the protective granular layer. What this process does is restores the shingle, brings back the flexibility, and seals down the granular layer, also adding resistance to hail damage.
which is incredible because this process can help you save up to 80% of what it would cost to replace your roof. And not just that, you also provide a warranty.
Absolutely. Each application will extend the life of your roof for 5 years, and the customer gets a written warranty stating just that.
Wow, but don't just take it from us, take it from the happy customers.
I would estimate we saved probably around $8,500 from the total cost of replacing our roof to rejuvenate it. And I know we've extended it by at least 5 years, the useful life, and the process can be repeated in the future if we need to. They got the entire thing done in probably less than 2 hours, and we basically have a new roof.
If you'd like to learn more about roof rejuvenation, call the number on the screen.
Or visit us at myroofsavers.com.
Set up a free consultation. You may not need to replace your roof, and you can save thousands of dollars.
My roof went from old and damaged looking to clean and new. When Roof Savers finished my house, I sent them over to my business partner's house. He ended up saving $8,000.
Roof Savers. Save your roof and your money.
It's March Madness.
Last night we told you about the rise in homelessness in Aiken and the growing effort for more housing.
Some shelters already servicing the community need help before they're forced to close. Taylor Martin sits down with Mount Salem Ministries, who's also seeing an increase in need.
For more than 20 years, Mount Salem Ministries has helped those in need in Aiken. As the need rises, they say the face of the people they serve is much different than what it was when they started.
A lot of people think that, a homeless person, someone is dirty looking and pushing a grocery cart and they're sleeping in a brown box. No, that's far from the truth today.
From providing free lunch to shelter for men facing homelessness, they've seen it all.
They get a bed, they get a shower, they get a meal. If they need clothes, they get clothes. And it's all done in the name of Jesus.
But they rely on the community support to keep their doors open. And with the path they're on, they say that may not happen.
For the last year and a half, our support has dwindled down to a very small amount. So we have had to cut back on our programs.
Right now, they have 20 people committed to donating at least $25 a month to fund their mission. But in order to continue, they say their goal is at least 1,000.
Well, if we don't have the support, then that means more and more people are struggling more and more, and that just leads to more problems.
And we will have information on how you can donate on the website. And they're also looking for more staff to help out as well.
Yeah, great mission, and we see such need all over our area right now.
On your sideline.
After 20 years and so many amazing moments, both on and off the court, Cross Creek girls basketball coach Kim Schlein is retiring. Back in 2021, Coach Schlein led the Lady Razorbacks to win their first state championship in program history. In her 2 decades as head coach at Cross Creek, they made 16 appearances in the state tournament, advanced to the state Elite 8 5 times, and made 1 trip to the Final Four, which of course resulted in that 2021 state title. When speaking with Coach Schlein about her time at the Creek, she expressed how much it all meant to her and how special it was to have her family by her side for her final game.
My brother was there, my parents, my partner Kelly, and friends from out of town came. We were deep up in there the other night, and it just means a lot to be so supportive, and they knew it was coming to an end, and they wanted to make sure they were there at every step of the way.
When you add in her time as an assistant coach over at Hepzibah, Schlein has been coaching in Richmond County for about 30 years. You can watch the full interview with Coach Schlein on the WRDW News 12 YouTube page and our website, WRDW.com. This afternoon, the Warren County boys basketball team went head-to-head with Manchester in the GHSA Class 1A Division 2 state semifinals. The Screaming Devils' great season came to an end in a nail-biter, 62-60.
All right, thanks, Dan. If you are looking to add to the latest fashion in your closet at a discounted price, you can head to downtown Aiken this weekend. The Downtown Development Association having its annual spring sidewalk sale. We got caught up with Ginger Bee Boutique, who's getting rid of winter clothes to make room for those spring arrivals.
We have a huge clearance rack that is already marked down, and then we also have a winter sale that's going on, which is 35% off the price as marked.
And the sidewalk sale ends tomorrow, but you can check it out from 10 a.m. to 5:30. Great time to stock up on clothes and grab some things for the house.
Well, after years of delays and legal issues, get ready to step into the soulful history of Augusta. Sometime in the near future, you're going to be able to tour the iconic James Brown estate in Beach Island. The James Brown Family Foundation posting that teaser on Facebook. The public has never been able to go inside these gates of his estate. About a decade ago, Deanna Brown Thomas took me inside for a look around, and from the tour buses parked outside to the Christmas tree still in the foyer, it is amazing. If you want to watch that story, we're going to put that on Wrdw.com. And this news follows the premiere of the James Brown documentary, Say It Loud, on the A&E network. So Augusta's version of Graceland may finally be able to open. City leaders in Augusta having a tough time right now picking a new city administrator. That job's tax experts.
We all know our communities aren't perfect, but reporting on problems is just half the story. It takes commitment and compassion for all of us to come together and work towards finding a solution. That's the part of my job at News 12 I love the most, when we can identify a problem, but then work together to find out how to fix it. We all want our kids to have a good education, access to healthcare, safe neighborhoods, so we can all grow together. Our communities are so diverse, but we all have that one thing in common. This is where we call home.
It's back. There's a better.
On this Friday night, the breaking news today from CVS and Walgreens, they will begin selling the abortion pill mifepristone as early as this month. Where and how the major pharmacies plan to distribute it. Those headlines and more on the CBS Evening News.
Well, if you are heading out.
At the CBS Evening News, we focus on solutions, finding solutions to help people understand what are the right choices to make for you and your family.